Hi everybody, my name is Paul. I'm Amber Goss's uncle. I was approached by Amber and her mom to see if I could come on here and talk to your class a little bit about what I do. So I figured I'd answer some of the questions that were issued by your teacher and give you a background on what my profession is. My job title and years of experience. My job title is I'm a physical therapist. I've been doing that since 2005, so not quite 16 years, almost. And I've been at the practice that I'm at now for about 9 years. I work for a group of orthopedic surgeons who refer patients up to us pretty regularly. Um, so what a typical day looks like, and any rewarding or challenging parts of your job. Um, so a typical day usually looks like getting to work around 8:30 or 9:30, depending on the day. And usually I start out the day by doing some paperwork, kind of catching up on some work I had from the day prior from seeing patients. And then I start seeing patients like around probably about 9 or 10 o'clock, again, depending on the day. And I keep doing that on and off until about 5:30 or 6 o'clock. It just kind of depends on when the last patient leaves out the door. And then I kind of finish the day by finishing up some paperwork again that I had from seeing the patients that I had as well. So there's a lot of paperwork involved, as well as treating patients throughout the day too. Um, so the rewarding part of the job, I would say, is seeing the patients improve. We get a lot of patients that come to us who have maybe a difficulty walking, or a lot of back pain that affects their daily life. Maybe they can't work or got into a car accident, or any other functional activity that they have a hard time doing. And seeing them improve with the treatment plan that I put in place or that's implemented by the staff that I work with is a really great thing. Seeing somebody be able to walk by themselves without a walker anymore, or improve somebody's balance to the point where they're not falling anymore, or get their strength and range of motion back to normal so they could go back to work, is a really great feeling, and to help people get their independence back is a valuable thing to a lot of people. Challenging parts of the job, I'd have to say that one of the most challenging parts is being a good multitasker in the setting that I'm in, which is outpatient clinic, which means that they come to us for us to treat them. We usually have patients scheduled around every half hour or so. So usually there's multiple patients there at any given time. So I could have 2, 3, 4 patients maybe at a time. So that makes it a little bit challenging to be able to manage that sometimes. But we do have a lot of support staff. I have assistants and aides and techs that help to manage that as well, so they can help a patient while I'm working with another one. So that is beneficial. Another challenging aspect is sometimes just patients don't get better with physical therapy. The doctor refers them to us thinking we might be able to help them, but sometimes the patient doesn't respond very well. Sometimes their pain doesn't go away when we think it might. So in that case, sometimes we just say, hey, this isn't working. Let's send you back to the doctor and see if they have another idea of something that might work for you. A lot of times we'll get this with back patients if they have a lot of pain, and sometimes physical therapy just isn't what they need. Sometimes they need to go for a steroid injection, or sometimes they have surgery, or a patient that has a torn rotator cuff in their shoulder. Sometimes the tear is too bad and the pain persists, and sometimes they need an injection or surgery for that as well to help correct the issue. So that's one challenging part of the job as well. What education is needed for your career? Well, I went to high school, kindergarten through 12th grade, and then college. I did a 4-year bachelor's program and then a 3-year master's program. So about 7 years of college overall. Some people were able to get through it in 6 years, but you really have to be on top of things to do that, especially now since they require a doctorate degree for physical therapy in most states. That makes it a little more challenging as well. It's a few more classes to get to a doctorate as well, but about 7 years of college. What or where in your profession do you use math? We have to use math sometimes, especially when calculating productivity of seeing patients during the day and what we're going to bill toward the insurance companies. Also, we have to calculate some things like traction, which is like a decompression for the spine to help reduce back pain. A lot of times we have to calculate the weight that we want to apply on a patient's back to help best improve their condition. But we also have to use other machines like ultrasounds and electric stimulation, which require some mathematical capability as well. As far as science, a lot of anatomy and physiology and physical therapy, but we also have to take physics and chemistry in college. And we have to use that intermittently during the day. We still use anatomy and physiology on a regular basis at work, knowing where different muscles are in the body and different bones, how they work and function with each other, how the body uses those muscles and bones to function on a daily basis is extremely important to the job, and being able to apply that to how to best treat our patients. Communication skills, reading, writing, and speaking. We have to read frequently throughout the day, just reading through a patient's notes, trying to see how they might be improving, how they responded to treatments that we applied in the past. We have to read a lot. Also, reading to stay up on current literature for physical therapy, studies that come out, scientific reports that come up with new and better ways to treat patients too. So we have to keep up on those things throughout the profession as well. Writing, we have to write consistently throughout the day, whether we're writing in a chart or if it's done electronically, typing on a computer. That's usually how documentation's done. We have to, every day for a patient, keep track of their subjective report, how they're feeling for that particular day, how they responded to the past treatment. We have to keep track of what we did with them on a daily basis, also how they responded to that day's treatment, and then also writing down what the plan is for the next treatment day as well, to best take care of the patient next time. Speaking, we have to do that frequently through the day, talking to patients, asking them, how they did last time, coming up with a plan for what we want to do today as well. Also talking to physicians and nurses and technicians and aides that help us throughout the day as well is something that's done on a daily basis frequently. Critical thinking and creativity, we have to do a lot of that as well to come up with new exercises for patients. If you have a patient that has weakness in their quadricep muscle, maybe after a surgery, we need to come up with new exercises that might help best strengthen that, or if somebody's having difficulty with balance and is falling frequently or just doesn't feel stable on their feet, we come up with new exercises to challenge that as well. So there's a lot of creativity where that's concerned, which is a fun part of the job, to be able to come up with new things to do with patients to best improve their condition as well. And then how does your position contribute to society? There are a lot of individuals out there in society who are dealing with musculoskeletal problems, which means dealing with muscle problems with their bones. If they broke a bone when they were playing sports, or they got in a car accident and got hurt, or just your mom or dad or somebody, a family member who has shoulder pain or back pain and can't do the things that they want. Physical therapy is extremely important to be able to help a lot of those individuals to get their function back to the way that they want it. So that is a very important aspect of society in general, to be able to conservatively help them get that ability back. So that's about it. I think I've answered the questions that you had written down. If you have any questions, I'm sure your teacher can give you my email address to talk later on. And hopefully I was able to give some indication about what physical therapy is and the things that we do. So have a great day.